Akwa Ibom State Governor Umo Eno is facing public criticism over allegations of deducting 15% from the salaries of political appointees as compulsory tithe. Eno, founder of All Nations Christian Ministry International, is also accused of making misleading claims about AIDS' earnings after publicly stating that no personal assistant PA to the governor earns less than 1 million monthly. Contrary to his claims, emerging payslips reportedly show that PAs earn far less, with many receiving about 350,000 naira in 2023, out of which 46,000 naira was allegedly deducted at source. After his defection to the All Progressive Congress APC in June 2025, AIDS' salary were reportedly adjusted to 500,000 naira, but only 425,000 naira reached the accounts following further deductions. Sources estimate that with about 5,000 PAs, the deductions amount to nearly 375 million naira monthly and 4.5 billion naira annually. Critics urge this practice, said to have roots in his earlier business dealings, undermines transparency and accountability in his administrations. At what point do PAs start paying tithes to the governor? Let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on this report?
This is Nigeria where all things are possible. This is Nigeria where they don't know when to draw. You know, that he's a pest, or even in his church, he cannot coerce people or force people to pay tithe. This is insanity of the highest order. If you ask me, it's an aberration for some. Remember that most of his aides did not move with him to APC. So some of those fallouts, you will get those exposés.
Okay.
You understand? So this is not a fake news. People that are saying it from the position of knowledge. They know what they are saying. So, but for someone like Eno, who is not a traditional politician, to come into the mix and allow himself to be immersed in these accusations, which is not even alleged, because he's coming from, this is facts. 375 million per month,
right?
4.5 billion per annum. So, but what is he even doing with 5,008? That's to show you how barbaric our political structure is, how primitive and how archaic and outdated it is. And what are those people doing for him?
The 5,000
will you tell us that he takes advice from them? All of them have their work cut out for them to do. I mean, to go and... I remember when I was in Philippines, this, every, what do you call it, when schools go on break,
okay,
which is the summer holiday, the government will map out what the tertiary students will go and do, like going to educate the rural people on one particular thing the government wants them to know. And afterwards, the government pays into their students' accounts at the end of the day. So this is a government that thinks of the welfare. They utilize them as they're on holiday. So those 5,000 people, how does he gather them? And even, define their work and get feedbacks from them. Some of them are just to settle those boys that prevent us from accessing our polling booths and units. Yesterday, as I was going back, no, the day before yesterday, that Saturday after the election, I was going back. I came where I stopped. I wanted to take a cab, but I couldn't see. I was walking along. I saw a group of young men. Ruth, you cannot, walk past those guys without being afraid for your life. I say, where do they know that these ones are coming from? These are the people, they don't give job. They have enfranchised us, made us disinterested in the activities of politics and voting. And that is what the politicians want. They want to scare the people so that what happened on Saturday, they could do their bidding and come out with whatever they like. They want Nigerians to lose interest on, holding them accountable. And they are achieving it. They are achieving it. But I want to encourage us from what this Eno is doing. Well, if you don't like it as an SA, this is your time, and he gave you the job. You have you have the freedom to say you don't want to continue. But given the rate of poverty and unemployment in Nigeria, if you are even given 350,000, how many the directors in the Nigerian civil service are receiving such amounts? Not talk of you who is not doing anything. They employed you to do nothing, just to send your account number and you see a lot at the end of the. You should be grateful to God. So instead of them thanking God, he's thanking God on their behalf. But then even if he's thanking God on their behalf, even in church, tithe is 10%. No, but now he's doing 15%. Tithe is not even compulsory. It is not even compulsory. It's not compulsory. It is according to your mindset. Right. Someone can coerce you. Someone can use the Bible and to no matter how the person wants to tumble the Bible. You want to pay, you want to pay. Yes. And some people pay their tithe through helping other people. And even him, who is a pastor, he pays his tithe to whomever he wishes. Just like myself, I may not pay my tithe in my church. You may have someone praying for you. That's how tithes are paid. So tithe is not necessarily mean you have to pay it to your own pastor. You can pay your tithe anywhere. As you give secret offering, that they say go to any church, go to how many churches and do your offering and see what goes. So tithe is not statutory that you must pay it in your church and to your pastor. Let's talk about checks and balances. I mean, who approves 5,000 PAs for a governor? Who says 5,000 PAs are too much for running a single government? Who is going to call the governor to order? I mean, 5,000 PAs. Like you said, what exactly do they do? No, the Nigerian Constitution didn't capture those ones. They are very salient on those ones. After all, Mr. President came and overblated the federal cabinet. When we are talking about reduction, even when they try to merge some, when they try to merge some ministries. So we still came out with more. And even the ministers for state, for this, for that, are they constitutional? Why will you have two ministers for one? So this is how to settle the political errand boys and attack dogs. They settle the attack dogs, preparing them for the next election. And that is the only thing they can get, because look at the amount, the quantum of money we are talking about that would be used in plunging into public development. Right. But what do they do? Going down the drain, just preparing for you to win the next election. Because that's what they do. Immediately after the election, the politicians start gambling for the next election. So it will not stop because it's not statutorily captured in the Constitution, and there are House of Assemblies that should do the check and balances are sleeping on the same bed with them. So who questions them? You know? So that is why you see them, everybody running to the executive as if is the only executive arm that is the government in the Nigerian political setting. But the three different arms of government should be watching each other and working in harmony, but not in connivance of denying the people the dividends of democracy.